My name is Isabel, and I had the pleasure of working on this project in 2022 and 2023 last year. And as part of that, I got to interview 7 farmers across Ireland who are doing regenerative agriculture now. So I wanted to share some of the results and just some, information about the project in general. I think Patricia did a really, very comprehensive overview of it. So I think I'll skip some of the things that I had originally prepared. So Ireland, Slovenia, Hungary, Italy, Greece were all the countries that took part in this. And we did desk research, surveys, and interviews as discussed. What is regenerative agriculture? We kind of discussed this already. It's an umbrella term for a wide range of practices, and as Patricia mentioned, focusing on regeneration more so than just kind of maintaining. So some practices that involve farming for nature. These are some photos that are from the case studies. So you can see the likes of agroforestry techniques, the likes of integrating animals with crops, such as the chickens grazing in the agroforestry plot. You can see the likes of, this is a flower strip in the middle of a tillage field. I think that was Paul's farm. This is a wildflower strip on the outskirts of a field. And just, basically, nature-focused and regeneration-focused techniques, very simple techniques even that you can implement. Some more methods. I suppose a popular one at the moment amongst tillage farmers is minimum tillage of the soil. So kind of moving away from the concept of ploughing and over-tilling the soil. And there's some really cool machinery out there that min-till machinery that I got to see last year at a BASE conference. So I highly recommend following BASE and seeing those machineries in real life. So kind of all of these were touched on. But something that was surprising for me was that in Ireland, only in 2020 census, only 1.3% of farms are organic. Compared to the other countries, it's quite low. I know that at the moment there's a plan by 2030 to have 10% of land farmed to be organic, and I think at the moment with the current schemes that percentage is moving more towards 5%. So that's quite positive, and I suppose farmers are kind of getting more interested into alternative ways of farming, the main aims of regenerative agriculture, as discussed, restoring soil health and enhancing biodiversity. And, there are some issues around regenerative agriculture due to the lack of official policies and standards around the term. The term can often be used for, greenwashing. You can see maybe some companies that are kind of using the term regenerative as a marketing buzzword, which is, not very progressive for this concept. There's incredible benefits for the environment, as you can see through the case studies collected for this. Benefits for the economic sustainability of the farm, particularly farms that can sell direct to market. They can, get a better price for their product, given the higher quality and the environmental efforts put into making the products. And also social and personal benefits for the farmers. This was something that I discovered was kind of a key thing for farmers, especially the farmers engaging with regenerative agriculture in Ireland. There's a real sense of community around it, and groups such as Farming for Nature and such as the BASE group are great spaces for farmers to come together and learn from one another about these alternative ways of farming. So it's quite a social movement. So as discussed, we have some good news stories, as outlined in the 7 case studies that we have, and we tried to get a good range of farms. So we have arable or tillage farms, we have mixed livestock, berry production, dairy, and hemp production, which we'll hear from later. And all of these case studies are online on the CCAD website, so ccad.ie. They're all on there if you want to give them a read after this. They're really positive stories, and I would recommend having a look at them. So just some main conclusions that from me taking part in this research. Regenerative agriculture in Ireland seems to be driven by a community of self-driven farmers. There's a real mantra of trial and error. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can start small, start with one field, start with one plot. Peer-to-peer learning is key for this. And yeah, it encourages farmers to feel like they are part of the solution and not the problem. So it's a really lovely, progressive, alternative farming method. So I think that the future of regenerative agriculture in Ireland and alternative farming methods is bright. And this is just a quote from one of the farmers. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. So if you're interested in trying it, you know, talk to other farmers that are doing it and give it a go. So that's all from me, and thank you, and I'm looking forward to hearing from the fantastic lineup of speakers today. So thank you so much.